Which system is responsible for digestion and absorption of food?
Digestive system.
Where does digestion begin in the human body?
Mouth.
Which organ is primarily responsible for chewing food?
Teeth.
Which digestive enzyme is present in saliva?
Salivary amylase.
Salivary amylase mainly digests.
Starch.
Which gland secretes saliva?
Salivary gland.
The swallowed food passes from the mouth to the stomach through the
Esophagus.
Which movement pushes food through the alimentary canal?
Peristalsis.
Which organ temporarily stores food after swallowing?
Stomach.
Which acid is present in gastric juice?
Hydrochloric acid.
Which enzyme begins protein digestion in the stomach?
Pepsin.
Which cells secrete hydrochloric acid in the stomach?
Parietal cells.
Hydrochloric acid in the stomach mainly helps by
Activating pepsin.
which organ produces bile?
Liver.
Where is bile stored before its release?
Gallbladder.
Bile mainly helps in the digestion of
Fats.
which organ produces pancreatic juice?
Pancreas.
Which part of the small intestine receives bile and pancreatic juice?
Duodenum.
Which is the longest part of the alimentary canal?
Small intestine.
Most absorption of nutrients occurs in the
Small intestine.
which finger-like projections increase the surface area for absorption in the small intestine?
Villi.
Which nutrient is mainly digested by lipase?
Fat.
Trypsin primarily digests.
Proteins.
Which digestive enzyme is secreted by the pancreas to digest starch?
Pancreatic amylase.
Which organ mainly absorbs water from undigested food?
Large intestine.
Which is the first part of the small intestine?
Duodenum.
Which is the middle part of the small intestine?
Jejunum.
Which is the last part of the small intestine?
Ileum.
Which organ is the largest gland in the human body?
Liver.
Approximately how much bile is produced by the liver each day in a healthy adult?
500 to 1000 ml.
Which pigment gives bile its yellowish-green color?
Bilirubin.
Which organ stores bile until it is needed for digestion?
Gallbladder.
Bile contains which substance that helps emulsify fats?
Bile salts.
Emulsification of fats means
Breaking large fat droplets into smaller droplets.
which organ performs both digestive and endocrine functions?
Pancreas.
Which pancreatic enzyme digests proteins?
Trypsin.
Which pancreatic enzyme digests fats?
Lipase.
Which pancreatic enzyme digests carbohydrates?
Pancreatic amylase.
Which hormone stimulates the secretion of pancreatic juice?
Secretin.
Which hormone stimulates the secretion of gastric juice?
Gastrin.
Which hormone stimulates the release of bile from the gallbladder?
Cholecystokinin.
Which vitamin is mainly absorbed in the ileum with the help of intrinsic factor?
Vitamin B12.
Most iron absorption occurs in which part of the small intestine?
Duodenum.
Most water absorption occurs in which part of the digestive tract?
Large intestine.
Which organ forms feces before elimination?
Large intestine.
Which part of the large intestine temporarily stores feces?
Rectum.
The opening through which feces leave the body is called the
Anus.
Which digestive disorder is caused by inflammation of the appendix?
Appendicitis.
Jaundice is commonly associated with disorders of which organ?
Liver.
Which digestive disorder is characterized by frequent loose watery stools?
Diarrhea.
Which enzyme converts starch into maltose in the mouth?
Salivary amylase.
Which enzyme converts proteins into peptides in the stomach?
Pepsin.
Which enzyme converts proteins into smaller peptides in the small intestine?
Trypsin.
Which enzyme converts maltose into glucose?
Maltase.
Which enzyme converts lactose into glucose and galactose?
Lactase.
Which enzyme converts sucrose into glucose and fructose?
Sucrase.
Which enzyme helps digest fats into fatty acids and glycerol?
Lipase.
Which nutrient is the primary source of energy for the human body?
Carbohydrates.
The end products of protein digestion are
Amino acids.
The end products of carbohydrate digestion are
Glucose.
The end products of fat digestion are
Fatty acids and glycerol.
Which organ detoxifies harmful substances in the body?
Liver.
Which organ stores glycogen as a reserve source of glucose?
Liver.
Which plasma protein is mainly synthesized by the liver?
Albumin.
Which vitamin is synthesized in small amounts by intestinal bacteria in the large intestine?
Vitamin K.
Which digestive disorder is caused by excessive acid damaging the stomach lining?
Peptic ulcer.
Helicobacter pylori infection is commonly associated with which disease?
Peptic ulcer.
Inflammation of the stomach lining is called
Gastritis.
Inflammation of the liver is known as
Hepatitis.
Gallstones are formed mainly in which organ?
Gallbladder.
Lactose intolerance results from a deficiency of which enzyme?
Lactase.
Constipation is commonly caused by insufficient intake of
Dietary fiber.
which nutrient helps maintain healthy bowel movements?
Dietary fiber.
Which organ secretes intrinsic factor required for vitamin B12 absorption?
Stomach.
Vitamin B12 is primarily absorbed in which part of the small intestine?
Ileum.
Which of the following is not a part of the alimentary canal?
Liver.
Which digestive gland is located below the stomach?
Pancreas.
Which digestive organ has the primary function of absorbing nutrients?
Small intestine.
Which digestive organ mainly absorbs water and electrolytes?
Large intestine.
Which is the common passage for both food and air?
Pharynx.
Which flap prevents food from entering the trachea during swallowing?
Epiglottis.
Which digestive juice does not contain enzymes?
Bile.
Which digestive juice contains hydrochloric acid?
Gastric juice.
Which organ produces insulin and glucagon?
Pancreas.
Which hormone lowers blood glucose levels?
Insulin.
Which hormone raises blood glucose levels?
Glucagon.
Which digestive organ is attached to the cecum?
Appendix.
Which part of the digestive tract connects the stomach to the large intestine?
Small intestine.
Which sphincter regulates the passage of food from the stomach into the duodenum?
Pyloric sphincter.
Which sphincter prevents the backflow of stomach contents into the esophagus?
Cardiac sphincter.
Which digestive organ stores glycogen and helps regulate blood glucose?
Liver.
Which digestive organ synthesizes most plasma proteins?
Liver.
Which waste product formed from protein metabolism is converted into urea by the liver?
Ammonia.
Which blood vessel carries nutrient-rich blood from the digestive tract to the liver?
Portal vein.
Which digestive disorder results from acid reflux into the esophagus?
Gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Which condition is caused by inflammation of the pancreas?
Pancreatitis.
Which condition is characterized by inflammation of the large intestine?
Colitis.
Which disease is commonly caused by infection with hepatitis B virus?
Hepatitis.
Which nutrient helps prevent constipation by adding bulk to stool?
Dietary fiber.
Food enters the stomach through which organ?
Esophagus.
Which organ follows the stomach?
Small intestine.
Which organ comes before the stomach?
Esophagus.
Which is the final part of the alimentary canal?
Anus.
Which organ connects the mouth to the stomach?
Esophagus.